Summer days, I still remember your name. Summer days, sweet fragrance still smells the same. The better days, just from days, even though I.
Alright, hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell, this is going to be more of like a chatty video. So this is going to be 6 things I feel you should take in consideration when moving from, the title says from New York to Georgia, but you can really apply this to anywhere you move to from Georgia. For those who don't know, I've lived here for 2 years now, a little over 2 years now. And the main reason why I'm even doing this video is because my boyfriend was watching 2 YouTube videos of these 2 people talking about, and it was 2 separate videos, talking about what they feel you should do or not do when moving here. I don't feel like those videos, those type of videos are helpful, because when I was deciding to move here or not, I watched a lot of those videos, but in both videos, there were a few things that I 100% did not agree with, that I felt should not have been said, because 1, being that I did it, I know that it's not true, and then 2, you don't want to discourage someone. I watched a lot of videos before I moved here, and it's a few things I feel you all should take into consideration. So I have 6, but before I even get into the 6, I want to make it very clear, and we're just gonna jump into the video, that it's more of a mind state thing. Like, I just knew that I did not want to go back home. I just knew that me coming here, I had to grind it out. I will have to grind it out. I know that it's more of how bad you want it. If you want something really bad, and if it's for you, it's gonna play out. You just really gotta roll with the punches. You know what I mean? If you're just like on some whatever, then, you know, your experience may be different. I just knew for me, this had to work. So I made it work. So it's a big mindset thing. So I wrote them in my phone, no particular order. I'm just going to go down the list. So the first thing is to have a job lined up. So old video I did when I first moved here, I didn't really tell you guys that I was moving. I just moved, and you guys found out like 3 months later. But I did a life update video, and I kind of spoke about how I got here. I will link that video down below in the description box. Please go ahead and check it out, because I do talk about a little bit how I got here. But for those who don't know, I had a job lined up before I got here. So I do work in the retail world. If you know, one of the videos said that finding jobs here are hard. I work in the retail world, so the retail management world. So for me, finding a job isn't hard, and I'm blessed to have a pretty good resume behind me. But have a great resume, If you don't know how to make a resume, there's templates online for free. It's a lot. Ask a friend, ask a relative, but have a great resume. And a great cover letter that outlines that you will be relocating here when you interview here. Because I know when I was interviewing here before I moved here, I had to always constantly let it be known, like, I am moving here. If I get this job, I will be relocating here for this job. So have a great resume, have a job lined up. So I had a job lined up. About a month before I moved here, I started applying for jobs. And then when it came to scheduling interviews, I scheduled them the weekend that I knew I would be visiting here. I visited here for a weekend and found an apartment and a job. It's possible. You have to just focus. So I have a job lined up. Do not move here without some sort of income. Moving here and then saying, oh, I'm gonna find something that's not gonna work, that's putting too much pressure on yourself. I moved here already knowing I had a job. So what I ended up doing from there is, when it came to looking at apartments, I looked at apartments that the rent was on the lower scale, because I wasn't sure how much my job was gonna pay me. I knew how much I was requesting, but I looked for jobs on a lower scale. So I ended up working as a retail manager in Lenox Mall. I don't work there anymore, but that was my first job here in Georgia. And I was able to get an apartment according to around about how much I thought I would be getting paid. So in the interview, ask how much does this job pay? So that way you kind of have an idea of the pay range, and then you get an apartment based off that. Again, I did this in a weekend. I landed here on Friday. I had Friday and Saturday to do what I had to do because Sunday I was on my way back to New York because I had to work Monday morning. So it's possible. So please have a job. Any topic that I bring up, if you want me to go more in depth on, leave it in the comments and I will answer your comment 100%. So the next bullet point is credit. So one video, the person said that you cannot move here without a 700 credit score or better. That's 100% false. 100% false. Do not believe you need a 700 or a 750 credit score to move to Atlanta. If you want to, don't think that. You know what I mean? I don't care where you want to live. Like, no. I live in a great apartment complex in a really nice area. And for you to live where I live, your credit score has to be, I think, 550 or 600 or better. The main thing I want to know, I'm moving to Georgia, that it's easier to get apartments as long as on your credit report, as long as you have a job, you pay the rent, you can prove you pay the rent, you don't have any evictions. You cannot owe another housing facility. So that's the biggest thing. When you're relocating, they're gonna check. They make you list your previous addresses to see that you won, any proof that you won no longer live there and that you do not owe those people. So when I listed, for a short period of time I lived in Tennessee, I had to list that address and my Brooklyn address, and they had to verify that I didn't live there. I had to get a copy of my mother's lease to show that I wasn't my mother's lease. You have to prove all that, but you cannot. Long as you can pay the rent, your credit score, I would say, let it be like a 550 or better, and prove that you can pay the rent. If you are moving here, you have a job here, all you need is your new job's offer letter. That's all you need. So that's that. And the person was saying like you needed some couple $1,000s to move here. You can do that. That's recommended. Let me just tell you, I moved here with $400 on me. $400 to my name. I moved here, so it's doable. Yeah, I struggled. You know what I mean? But basically, I brought up this bullet point to say, don't be pressured into thinking that you have to come here with all the money in the world, because you don't. You know what I mean? You just don't. Do whatever dollar is comfortable for you. If you need to buy, you want to buy furniture, you want to buy a car when you move here, you have to move your car here. Do whatever. Let me just say this. The day I moved here, I only had enough money to pay whatever little moving fees I had left, which is to cut off my gas and electricity, buy a little bit of food. And for those who don't know, I didn't move. Did I even bring that bullet point? I don't want to get to this point unless I'm not going to say this last part, but because I have another bullet point to talk about with it. But, yeah, do whatever dollar amount is comfortable for you. Don't listen to what everybody else is saying. You gotta have 3,000, 400, 5,000. Do whatever dollar is comfortable for you, but that's why you need to move accordingly. So I knew I had a job. Once I got, and I looked for apartments based on that job. Whatever job you interview for, get pay ranges so you could, look for an apartment based on those. Once I knew they had the job, and I knew how much I was getting paid, I went through all the apartments I looked at, and I picked the one that, okay, I can afford that rent and other expenses with what I'm being paid. Okay, boom. Okay, then I started seeing how much money I needed to move here. My move was very, very quick. Again, watch that video down below. After that weekend I came to visit, I moved here about 2 weeks later. Like, my move, everything went so fast for me, but everybody is different. So I would say you have to just focus and move accordingly. I moved with that little bit of money because in that short amount of time, that's all I had. But if you can say, you know what, I can do $1,500, then great, then do that. But you gotta move accordingly. Like, giving a dollar amount is not gonna help you. It's just not. Again, I've done it, so I know. And I know people who have done it, other than myself. The next point is have an apartment. Duh, have somewhere to lay your head. Again, I got pay ranges, and I looked at apartment complexes based upon the pay ranges. For example, so my first apartment here was a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, but it was huge. I loved how spacious that apartment was. And it had a sunroom, which was bigger than this bedroom that I'm in. And my rent was $975, $900 a month, $915, something like that. Less than $1,000. And I was able to pay it and whatever other expenses I have and still live comfortably. You know what I mean? So I have an apartment. And so what I did was, when I found out I got the job, the apartments that I looked at, I said, okay, I like, you know, this one the best. So I called them, let them know the situation. You know, I went online, did my application, got approved, and I did everything virtually. And one thing I can say about Georgia, you gotta stay on top of these lease offices. They have the worst communication. Like, not all of them, but a lot of them. I stayed on top of them. I'm all the way in Brooklyn, New York, moving down there. I stayed on top of her. Like, yeah, I got annoying and she got sick of me. When I got here, she had my keys ready. And that's all that matters. You have to stay on top of them and stay focused. I'm going to keep saying this. You got to focus, okay? So I stayed on top of her because I was all the way in New York. When I got here, all I had to do was cut on my electricity, my gas, get my renter's insurance, and get my keys. That's it. The next topic, MARTA. So, for those who don't know, Georgia does have Atlanta has the MARTA. It stands for Metro Atlanta Rapid Transit Authority. So, one video, sorry, I'm cooking dinner while I'm doing this video. So, MARTA, one of the videos basically was saying how MARTA was unreliable. It goes but so far, which is true in a sense. And it's just unreliable and that, you know, it's not doable. False. I lived here for 9 months without a car. And I did a video. I did a video. It's a short video, but I did a video on how I got around without a car. And I did it like through 3 days or so before I bought my car. I will link that video down below and up top. So, oh, I'm spitting because that just like pissed me off. So, MARTA, I come from New York with the MTA. No, MARTA is nowhere near like MTA. You know what I mean? It does go but so far. I specifically moved to an area where I could catch the MARTA. So you move here without a car, it's doable. There are so many people that ride the MARTA. So many people who live here without vehicles. You can get around. I did it for 9 months. I got everywhere strictly on MARTA, like to home and work. You know what I mean? Learn your bus schedule. Learn your train schedule. There's pamphlets everywhere. They have an app. I learned my bus schedule. If I knew I had to be at work at a certain time, I knew what bus I needed to catch to get there on time. What else? I'm probably getting a headache because I'm so hungry. What else? When I moved here, the first thing I got was my Breeze Pass, which is like that, but in New York City, we call it Metro Cards. They call it Breeze Pass here. Yeah, like, the MARTA is doable. It's so doable, as long as you live in an area where it runs. What else about the MARTA? It's not the cleanest, but, you know, don't touch anything. You know what I mean? But it's doable. I did it for 9 months. 9 months. Now these days, you don't catch me dead on the bitch. But it's doable. It's doable. I know a lot of people that moved here and relied, and some of them still relying on the MARTA. It's doable. The stops that the MARTA does have is places you will want to be. It's doable. It runs, basically, MARTA runs where it needs to run. You know what I mean? Like the Buckhead, you know, major stops, you know, around there in the Atlanta area, major stops. So it's doable. Like, I didn't like that fact that she said that. Like, girl, no. And granted, that was their opinion, just like this is mine. See, I'm not bashing nobody or debunking nobody or saying anybody is wrong, but coming from somebody who's done it, and my experience was, I'll get to that. The next and last bullet point is the one thing I've been saying this whole video. You gotta focus. You need to focus. Don't get too comfortable too quick. When I moved here, I set a plan. Okay, I got my job. I got an apartment. I knew neither one of them was permanent. Because, you know, my apartment was nice, but I knew I didn't always want to be there. And with that job, I was making decent money, but I knew I wanted to make more money. Now I make a good amount of money. You know what I mean? You got to keep elevating yourself. I'm not, you know, and me and my boyfriend are looking to move soon. So soon I won't even be in this apartment anymore. I plan on moving this year. So it's about just maneuvering yourself. You gotta focus. When I got here, I grinded it out. I'm telling y'all, I grinded it out with almost no money, no car, walking or getting on the MARTA, and on special occasions I will Uber because I know I had to save money. So I'm just not living on my own for the first time. Cooking, not eating out. Cooking every night, packing my lunches, which I still pack my lunches. What else? I said, okay, I want to have my permit, because I didn't even have a permit when I moved here. I want to have my permit by this time, have my license by this time. Moved here September 2018. I got my car in May 2019. December, January, March, April, May. Yeah, 8 months. No, 8 months. Or no car. What else? My car, I put $500 down. I just needed it right then and there. Like, I didn't have time to save for it. I just took my paycheck and did that. I had worked overtime, as a matter of fact. That $500 came from me working overtime. And we all know, for those who don't know, I had my house fire in 2019. My house burned down. Renter's insurance. Always have it. It was a lot, y'all. I grinded it out when I got here. You know, I had a lot of setbacks. I quit my job in April of 2020 because I hated my job. And now I had a 11-year relationship that I left behind. It was a lot, and I was here by myself. You know what I mean? But now I'm at a job that I love, and I make a lot of money. I'm moving from where I am now to a more elevated area with my current boyfriend, and I'm in a whole new relationship, and it's just, you gotta just don't get too comfortable. You know what I mean? Even right now, I'm still not comfortable. You know what I mean? To an extent, because I'm not where I want to be. I want to buy a house soon. You know what I mean? Like, it's, you just always got to keep elevating yourself. But I just didn't, like, some of the things I heard in those videos bothered me, because it's just like, I did it. You know what I mean? And it wasn't easy. It was hard, but I did it. You got to want it. You know what I mean? Even, no matter where you, not just by moving to Atlanta, moving anywhere. I don't care if you're moving to Texas. I don't care if you're moving to Dubai. I don't care if you're moving to New York. I don't care where you move. You got to want it. You got to be hungry. And you got to focus. And I had to make this video because some of the stuff they were saying was like, nah. And this comes from somebody who did it. You know what I mean? Everybody experience is different. You come down here, you just playing, then it's not gonna work. You know what I mean? You gotta want it, you gotta hustle, and you gotta work. You know what I mean? I work hard for everything that I got here, and I did it by myself. I didn't have no help from nobody. So I just had to do this video. So again, if any topic you want me to go in depth on, leave it down in the comments. I will answer your comment. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you guys like it. I love you all to absolute pieces, and I will see you all in the next one. Mwah.